Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening, good late night for some of us. Thanks for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Alexandra Carter. A child is now safe. 5 suspects are in custody following a drug bust in Gays Mills. Nicholas Cullen, Ariel Titterman, Nicholas Douglas Smith, that is, Jordan Womack, and Chad Munson were arrested. They're facing charges ranging from child neglect, drug possession, to operating a drug trafficking place. 2 additional suspects were referred for charges as the investigation continues. Community members in La Crosse took to the streets today calling for justice, fair treatment, and protections for workers and immigrants. Dozens gathered at the corner of State Road and Losey Boulevard, united in a peaceful rally to defend due process, union rights, and dignity for all. Organizers say growing threats to legal protections are putting democracy at risk.
I think that, it's every weekend we do this. Every time that something like this happens, more and more people are waking up. And also, I think the administration that we currently have is dissatisfying more and more people. And more people are just kind of like, this is not okay anymore.
Participants say the rally was a reminder that accountability and equal rights are non-negotiable, and they plan to keep showing up. Today, veterans went to Washington, D.C. for the 32nd Freedom Honor Flight. News 8 Now's Grace Monk was there for the trip. She's got the details.
Today, I joined veterans on the Freedom Honor Flight. It's a trip that brings veterans to Washington, D.C. to view memorials built in their honor. For veterans, it's a day like no other.
I signed up 3 years ago. It took that long to get on the list. I'm just so happy.
The day started at the La Crosse Airport, where veterans were joined by their loved ones. And after a brief ceremony, it was off to Washington, D.C. The first stop was at the Arlington National Cemetery for the changing of the guard.
It was overwhelming, 400,000 stones. It was unbelievable.
Then it was off to see the Korean War, Lincoln, Vietnam, and World War II memorials.
It's a totally different attitude now that I know what it's all about. I get back, I appreciate it so much more. 100
Vietnam-era veterans and 1 Korean War-era veteran made the trip.
I did it years ago when my kids were young, but a lot of them weren't finished. The memorials were not finished, and I don't think I would have done it again.
And for those involved, it was an experience that was worth the wait.
When you're a career soldier, you get kind of jaded, but when you see this kind of stuff, it changes your whole attitude to a human being, I guess.
So far, Freedom Honor Flight has brought over 2,000 veterans to our nation's capital. In Washington, D.C., Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
La Crosse County is turning to artificial intelligence to streamline non-emergency calls. Starting Monday, an AI system will answer routine calls to public safety communications, freeing up human dispatchers to focus on emergencies and radio traffic. The AI has been trained for months, supports both English and Spanish, and will transfer calls to live dispatchers when needed. Officials stress no jobs are being cut.
We had a pretty nice day out there and a good start to the weekend. A little bit on the cooler side, a few degrees actually below average out there, but with no wind and plenty of sunshine, it really didn't feel that chilly out there. 64 for your high in La Crosse, 63 for that high in Eau Claire, and then here again comparing it to our averages, really not that far off apart from areas further into southern Wisconsin, maybe getting a couple more degrees below average, but that's really not going to be the case as we go into tomorrow. Warmer temperatures are on the way, but before we get there tonight, staying on the cooler side, we'll have clear skies and light winds through most of the night. That'll aid in having some closer to a few degrees below average temperatures, but really that's not going to last too long. Warming up quickly through the morning hours, already in the upper 60s in La Crosse by the noon hour, also in the upper 60s in Eau Claire by the noon hour with sunny skies and very light winds. So it's going to be a great day to get outside and enjoy it. And really the rest of the week is looking pretty nice out there with many dry conditions and sunny skies as well. So a quiet week, Not a whole lot in the weather world, but really that's the kind of weather that I think most of us are looking for. So I'll have a full look at it coming up in the broadcast.
We are looking forward to it. Thank you, Nicole. And some local artisans transformed Fox Hollow into a shopper's paradise at today's spring market on the Mississippi. More than 60 local makers showcased their talents at the market's new location, offering everything from handcrafted jewelry to artisanal foods. Organizers say what makes this market so special is its commitment to authentic craftsmanship.
We have a rule that for applications that they have to be at least 95% handmade, everything that is in their booth.
Organizers host 3 markets each year, including the spring event and 2 holiday markets. Beer enthusiasts raised their glasses at today's Breweriana show in Onalaska. Collectors there gathered for the Gottlieb Tolstiga Memorial event, featuring vintage signs and memorabilia. The Old Style chapter showcased items from the brand that once made the La Crosse area famous for brewing.
It's a brotherhood of like-minded individuals. We like the Breweriana advertising, but we also like the historical aspect of it. And being from La Crosse, there's a rich brewing history here, and there's a lot of people who really appreciate it.
Organizers say this year's show drew the biggest crowd yet. A young artist is behind the face of this year's Apple Fest in La Crescent. 10-year-old Gwen Dollenritter's bicycle-themed artwork was unveiled as the official 2025 Apple Fest button. Her design was selected during a special reveal event where royalty and finalists joined in the celebration. She says she was inspired by past winners.
Well, they said bikes, and I was looking at the other Apple Fest buttons to give me some inspiration.
Well, it worked, didn't it? And Apple Fest 2025 will run October 3rd through the 5th. Local fundraisers took their turn leading the La Crosse Symphony Orchestra tonight. 2 community members stepped onto the conductor's podium at Viterbo after winning this year's Conductor Wannabe competition. Kelly Colgan directed Mendelssohn's Wedding March after raising more than $42,000, with half supporting Habitat for Humanity's program for veterans. Eric Vos conducted Schubert's Marche Militaire following his $13,500 fundraising effort for the La Crosse Community Theater.
Well, it's the wedding march from Midsummer Night's Dream, so it's kind of Providence that we get a song from that's based off a Shakespeare piece when we're the theater people here. So, Theater Man and his sidekick, Little Red.
The competition raised $73,000 for local causes before the orchestra continued with its Midnight in Paris concert. Hundreds of runners made the long journey from Sparta to La Crosse in today's Festival Foods Marathon. More than 1,200 participants stepped off for the race. Race organizers say the event tests mental and physical endurance as runners push themselves toward the Riverside Park finish line.
Marathon is a great personal challenge just to see if you can kind of push yourself to that little extra limit, and it gives you great confidence in the rest of your life.
Half marathon runners joined the race in West Salem, while 5K participants started in downtown La Crosse. Derby hats and mint juleps filled the Charmant Hotel today in La Crosse. Horse Sense hosted a Kentucky Derby watch party fundraiser to support its adaptive horseback riding programs that serve people with disabilities throughout the region. Guests enjoyed themed raffles and specialty cocktails while raising money for therapeutic horsemanship sessions that help improve balance and coordination. New tariffs on imported car parts could add thousands to vehicle prices. We'll tell you how automakers are responding to the 25% tax just ahead.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
We would like to thank everyone who voted the Board Store Best of La Crosse, Best in Remodeling, Best in Windows, and several other categories. It is our privilege to serve the community for over 35 years. We owe our success to an amazing team of professionals and a commitment to do things right and do the right thing. If you have home improvement plans, big or small, do call or visit our showroom. Bathrooms, kitchens, windows, doors, sunroom, siding, pergolas, decks, more than you expect for less than you thought. The Board Store Home Improvements, 524 Copeland Avenue, La Crosse.
For our 13th year, Home Furniture is teaming up with the Minnesota Ovarian Cancer Alliance to raise funds for research, increase awareness, and support women and their families.
Make a purchase at home and donate $10 to MOCA and get an extra 10% off sale prices.
Together, we can make an impact. Shop for a cause and donate $10 for MOCA.
And save an extra 10% off our sale prices.
Thank you for supporting A Cure by shopping at Home Furniture. And join us in September for Home Teal Strides Walk and Run for ovarian cancer research.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Welcome back. It could cost you more to repair your car. Another round of auto tariffs went into effect this morning. The latest round impacts car parts. Jen Sullivan looks at how much more consumers could be paying.
Most car parts imported into the U.S. will now be hit with a 25% tariff. A CNN analysis found it could add an average of $4,000 per vehicle. Many in the auto industry are worried it could rock the entire car market.
We have to keep the vehicle affordable for Americans. That's the balancing act.
Even American-made Fords have some foreign parts, and those parts coming from other countries will be subject to the import tax. Last year, the U.S. imported over $197 billion in automotive parts from other countries, according to U.S. Automotive Aftermarket. President Donald Trump is hoping the tariffs entice automakers to open more plants in the U.S., creating more American jobs.
We have to look at whether these policies really change our competitors' commitment to America.
General Motors says the tariffs could cost the company between $4 to $5 billion this year. But the CEO says she doesn't expect those costs to fall on consumers in the near future.
Pricing is going to stay about at the same levels that it is.
This is the latest round of tariffs hitting the auto industry since Trump took office. Last month, the Trump administration implemented a 25% tariff on all cars imported into the U.S. And while consumers may not see prices go up right away, many experts warn that could change.
The tariffs have yet to really come into effect, and when they do, there's going to be a very different economic mood.
I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
President Trump says he wants to rename Veterans Day to Victory Day for World War I. He also said he wants to celebrate May 8th as Victory Day for World War II. May 8th, 1945 represents the end of the war in Europe, also known as VE Day, but it's not a federal holiday in the U.S. More news ahead, but first, we go to Nicole, I think, right?
Yeah, looking ahead for the rest of the week, it's looking pretty dry and quiet, but that was not the case just 12 years ago. We had a pretty historic event happening in the weather world. Let's see if you can remember it. I'll have all the details coming up right after the break.
Save the day for Spring Market in the Valley on Saturday, May 3rd. Browse items from dozens of local vendors and enjoy concessions from area food trucks while you shop. All right down Central Ave in Coon Valley. That's Spring Market in the Valley on Saturday, May 3rd in Coon Valley.
We see you out there, building a life you love, knowing that when inspiration strikes, nothing should get in your way. At Blaine's, we're here to help with everything you need to make it happen at prices that make it possible. Like half off this whiskey barrel planter, $12.49. New at Blaine's, save $2 on Miracle Grow organic products, 20% off Longfield spring bulbs. Plus, check out our assortment of live plants in our outdoor garden centers, now open. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, in original.
The results are in for the 2025 Best of La Crosse County. Head to bestoflacrossecounty.com to see the winners in every category. Here's one of the many businesses that won this year.
Presented by River Valley Remodelers. Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up, shut up. Pivot!
Just like pivoting from heating to cooling season, it's a difficult adjustment. Pivot in the summer, called GNT.
Pivot! Shut up.
Cooley Carpet has always been more than just carpet, and now the name will reflect that. Cooley Floors and Design. Along with the brand new name, there's a fresh new look to the showroom. Don't worry, Cooley Floors and Design still has the same great team at the same convenient location. Ready to elevate your space? The design consultants will take the time to discuss your dreams, needs, and your budget. Cooley Floors and Design will accompany you through every step from expert advice to professional installation. Visit Cooley Floors and Design on Mormon Cooley Road for a fresh new look.
For over 40 years, Lacrosse Glass and Overhead Door has been the go-to company for anything glass and door. We offer a large stock inventory of CEHI garage doors to help you find the perfect fit. As a locally owned business, we take pride in our work and always get the job done. From commercial glass and glazing to residential glass and CHI garage doors, we have the experience and expertise to help you. Call or visit our website today.
Save the day for Spring Market in the Valley on Saturday, May 3rd. Browse items from dozens of local vendors and enjoy concessions from area food trucks while you shop. All right down Central Ave in Coon Valley. That's Spring Market in the Valley on Saturday, May 3rd in Coon Valley. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Well, if we look ahead towards the rest of the week, we have very May-like conditions out there, staying in the 70s for almost most of the week, every single day, but that really was not the case just 12 years ago. If you were in the area, you'll definitely remember this one. A historic spring storm passed through in May of 2013. Started off bringing some thunderstorms into the area, but once we got on the backside of that low pressure system, we actually saw record-breaking heavy snowfall fall across portions of the area. La Crosse was just on the edge of it, only seeing 0.8 of an inch of snow, but that was still enough to set the daily record for May 2nd. Eau Claire was not quite as lucky, seeing just over 9 inches of snowfall. Remember, this is falling in May, this time of year, and that actually set the record for both May 2nd and the 3rd. Plenty of snow fell across the area that day. Here's a look at the map. The heaviest amounts falling into southeastern Minnesota, where most of the area actually saw well over a foot of snowfall. You could see that go all the way up into northern Wisconsin as well. A very tight difference though. La Crosse, we saw just under an inch, but Holmen was actually seeing 2 inches, and we saw even closer to 5 inches as we get farther up into Black River Falls. So a big difference can change just by a matter of a few miles out there. It could be the difference between a foot or an inch of snowfall. Definitely don't have this in the forecast. We really don't have a lot of precipitation period in the forecast, but we still are holding on to those last remnants of winter out there in the form of frost. We are looking at a slight isolated risk for frost tonight. If we look back at our averages for when we usually start seeing the end of the frost season, it's typically right about now. These darker blue counties usually saying goodbye to their last frost towards the end of April, but everywhere else either saying goodbye to it just about now or into the beginning, or excuse me, the middle of May. So it is getting towards the end, but with our lows tonight, we will have clear skies and calm conditions, and that's perfect conditions for frost formation, especially in our cooler areas that we typically see in Sparta and Black River Falls. Those temperatures getting closer to that freezing line, so maybe wanting to bring your pretty spring flowers inside or covering them up tonight just to be safe. Otherwise, everybody else staying in the low 40s out there. And then we're warming up very quickly, not even going to feel like you had frost on the grass when you're going into tomorrow afternoon. Highs in the mid 70s across the area, 75 in La Crosse, 74 in Eau Claire. And that's really going to be the trend going into the rest of the week. Today was our cooler day. We were just below average by a couple degrees, but the rest of the upcoming week, Tuesday, looking like our warm day, 77, and that's still only about 9 degrees above average. So we're finally in that part of the year where temperatures are very comfortable, and it's looking like they're going to stay consistently comfortable as we go towards the rest of the week as well. Another big point in the forecast is that there's very little rain. You can see really just maybe a 10% chance of a few showers passing through every couple days or so, with the weak wave passing over the area, but overall not really a lot of big rain makers on the way as we go towards this week and even towards the beginning of next week. Looking towards next weekend though, highs getting getting back into the upper 70s after a few days where we have some cold fronts passing through that get us a little bit cooler, but overall not too bad. And then Mother's Day next Sunday looking pretty nice. So a good day to go spend outside with mom. Sunny skies, 78. Not a bad way to spend a Mother's Day.
Yeah, that looks like it's going to be great. I know we're waiting every week. Will we hit the 80, right?
Yeah, hopefully it'll be this week. We'll see.
Yes.
There's still time for change, but
that will be great. All right, thank you, Nicole. Coming up next in sports for us, we'll take a look at the Packers rookie mini camp, plus the UW La Crosse Eagles looking to end their season with a win. Kate has the highlights after the break.
A La Crosse repair company in hot water. Multiple lawsuits claim the business took their money and never returned.
Finally stopped into this house. I said I either need my $200 or my part.
Monday at 6, how to make sure you know who you're hiring.
Right now at Home Sleep Express, get up to $900 off select Beauty Rest Black adjustable sets and choose a free gift with purchase. Plus, pay no interest for 5 years and get free white glove delivery. Beauty Rest Black and free gift with purchase. Now at Home Sleep Express.
Wherever you are in Wisconsin, there's a free and confidential Aging and Disability Resource Center, ADRC, or Tribal Partner Agency. We're here for older adults, adults with disabilities, and your families. ADRCs are a bridge to support for benefits and financial assistance, transportation, in-home care, and more. Get to know your local ADRC and connect with resources now. Call toll-free 1-844-WIS-ADRC or go to findmyadrc.org.
Hey! This $5 Mega Millions game is super exciting!
There are prize multipliers built into every play. So the lowest prize you can win is $10. Plus, it has bigger jackpots more often with better chances to win it!
$5 Mega Millions really is something to shout about.
It's available at Wisconsin lottery retailers near you, like this one.
At Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics, our goal is to help you and your pet in times of need. We specialize in the gold standard for cruciate ligament repair, the TPLO.
I was amazed to see Bear up and running again so soon. They really took good care of him.
Piper had TPLO surgery and is already running again weeks later.
Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics for an orthopedic consultation today.
Right now at Homeworld Rugs, get 10% off Area Rug sale prices. Choose from many different shapes, sizes, and patterns with Area Rug experts in every showroom to help you find the perfect rug. 10% off Area Rugs going on now at Homeworld Rugs.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Kate Overton.
Today, the UW La Crosse Eagle baseball team looked to cap off an already historic season with 2 more wins. They're 12-1 in their last 13 games coming into the afternoon, and the offense has been hot. Let's go to Copeland Park. Game 2 action. Eagles taking on the Stevens Point Pointers. First inning. Eagles down 1, but with 2 men on. Mac Bourne lines one out to left. Almost a great play by the defense, but the ball pops out. A run scores. We're tied at 1. 4th inning, and UWL would start to pour it on. Bases loaded, and Nate Whitty gets one down into right. That plates a run. Next batter, Luke Walton, hard ground ball, gets past the third baseman. Make it 4-1 Eagles. Bases loaded, and here we got Bourne again with a line drive into left. 2 more runs come in to score, and the Eagles weren't done. Next batter, 2 men on for George Seaman, and he gets all of this pitch deep to right. And that clears the fence for a 3-run home run as the Eagles take full control. They would go on to win 14-1. And in game 1 earlier in the day, UWL put up 9 runs in the first inning. They would defeat Stevens Point 15-4 and 7. They finished the year 33-7, taking second in the conference standings. They will now face Oshkosh in the first round of the WIAC tournament starting on Thursday in Whitewater. And on the softball field earlier in the day, the UWL women split their doubleheader with Platteville. They finished the year 22-18 and will also travel to Whitewater for the conference tournament starting on Friday, May 9th. We also had the WIAC Track and Field Championships, and both the men's and the women's team coming home as conference champs, both in dominating fashion as well. A few highlights include former Logan Ranger Lauren Jarrett winning the 100, 200, and had a leg in the 4x100. And on the men's side, Former Aquinas Blue Gold Colin Kenzemius, he would take first in the 400. Let's go to American Family Field. The Brewers looking to bounce back against the Cubs. Down 1 in the 3rd inning, but with a man on second. Bryce Terang singles up the middle. Churia rounds 3rd. He comes in to score. We're all tied at 1, but Chicago would get hot. 2 men on, and Pete Crow Armstrong deep to right center. That clears the fence for a 3-run shot. Chicago goes up 3. Very next batter, and Dansby Swanson is going to go back to back. Cubs go up big as they would close it out 6-2, the final. In the American League, the Twins taking on the Boston Red Sox, tied at 1 in the 6th, but with 1 man on. Cody Clemens going to get a good chunk of this ball. That clears the fence and right. Twins go up 2. Later in the same inning, 2 men on for Trevor Larnach, and he lines one over the head of the 3rd baseman. That scores another run as Minnesota, they would go on to win 4-3 as they snap a 4-game losing streak. The Green Bay Packer rookie minicamp finished up today. The camp included 38 players ranging from draft picks to undrafted free agents, tryout players, and even a few returning guys. For some, the camp serves as a way for rookies to familiarize themselves to the experience and rhythm of a typical workday in the NFL. And for others, like UWL's Jack Studer, it's a tryout and a way to show the staff what you're made of, hoping for a chance to make the roster. Green Bay's organized team activities set for May 27th through June 5th. And let's end the show with a little fun. It's the 151st Kentucky Derby at Churchill Downs in Kentucky. 20 of the best horses racing it out in a 1 1/4 mile track. It was muddy, but it wasn't going to stop Sovereignty from coming down the final stretch. Crosses the finish line for the win. Sovereignty had 7-1 odds to win, and he beat out Journalism, who was the betting favorite and took 2nd place. So many good horse names, but my favorite one might have been Sandman, who was named after the Metallica song Enter Sandman. That's all for sports. We'll be right back.
River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. It wouldn't be Friday without fish. Get yours with chips for $15.99 or with shrimp for $19.99 and end your week with $4 rail mixers. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
Hey, Dominic here to ask, do you love salt but need to cut back on all that sodium? Mini Mini Salt by Pleasing is the answer and is recommended by doctors and dietitians for those on low sodium diets. It tastes like regular salt but with so much less sodium. Use it just like your table salt. Great on corn on the cob, tomatoes, watermelon, and yeah, you could even use it on French fries and everything else you love to salt. Be sure to get your Mini Mini Salt by Pleasing and 40 other blends at the Pleasing Outlet Store on Ward Avenue, La Crosse. Get out of here.
The search for savings stops here at Black River Furniture Outlet, Wisconsin's best price furniture store. Stop in and check out our Poly outdoor furniture, relaxing swivel gliders, loves, and dining sets, available to customize. Inside, shop a huge lineup of Ashley, Catnapper, and Best Home Upholstery. Reclining or stationary sofas, loves, or sectionals available. Set the table or make the bed with sets from Ashley Furniture, and find the perfect rug to tie your home together. Family and veteran-owned, Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
Can your floor stand up to this? At Sealands Carpetland, we know how hard your family can be in your home. You need a flooring that can stand up to mud, pets, and a crew like this. Don't sacrifice beauty for function. We'll help you find the perfect flooring to fit your lifestyle and budget. Come in and see our huge selection of luxury vinyl and tile. Sealands Carpetland in Coon Valley, where our #1 priority is you. Stop in today.
May is Better Hearing Month. Come in for your free, no-obligation hearing exam at the Better Hearing Center. It's always easier to get help sooner rather than later. You adapt easier when you're younger.
I think some of the big things people will say is, why did I wait so long? It was easy, and I'm really enjoying the things that I used to again. The family's happier, they're happier, and they're enjoying their life again. May is Better Hearing Month, so come in for your free hearing screening at Better Hearing Center.
River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. It wouldn't be Friday without fish. Get yours with chips for $15.99 or with shrimp for $19.99 and end your week with $4 rail mixers. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
A community near Detroit is coming together to show support for one of their own as he fights for his life. Ray Jr. lives with autism and cerebral palsy. He was admitted to the hospital weeks ago for pneumonia and is now battling to get his oxygen levels back to normal. As Sarah Michaels reports, Ray Jr.'s family says their act of love is making a profound difference.
You like that? Yeah.
Ray Jr. brings sunshine to most every person he meets.
Ray, what's your favorite thing to watch when you're in the hospital?
Boy.
Bluey.
His mom, Debbie, tells me that he is 53 years old, but mentally about 6. From Gibraltar, Ray was born with cerebral palsy and autism.
How would you describe him to someone who has never met him before? What's he like?
Innocent. An angel.
He's just been a joy in our life, but he fights all his life through different health problems, heart problems, lung problems, and he usually pulls through, but right now he's having it a little bit rough.
Debbie and Ray's sister Sherry tell me that Ray has been on oxygen for about 6 years. However, a recent bout with pneumonia has landed him at Corewell Health Taylor Hospital for weeks, battling for his life to get his oxygen levels back to normal, something that may or may not happen.
Of course, we want to keep him as long as we can, but eventually, it could be weeks, months, hopefully years, though.
While he continues to fight, how have people been showing their support?
These rocks back here, every day I come up and I look at them.
Debbie and Ray have spent years painting and finding rocks together with this group, Downriver Rocks.
Every morning he'd get up on nice days. He said, "Mom, can we go put out rocks?"
To support Ray, members of the group have started this rock train, or snake, outside of the hospital entrance.
Up in the front is the head with the tongue coming out. Down at the bottom is the tail, and it's a lot of stuff that he likes.
What does this mean to Ray Jr.?
A lot. I go up there every day, and I take a picture before I go up, and I show him the rocks. Look at all the rocks that Snake's got. Awesome. And he says, "When I go home, can I take all those rocks with me?" And I said, "Sure." But on the bad point, if he don't go home, we're taking him to the funeral home, and we're going to recreate it outside the funeral home.
These small, colorful rocks are making a profound impact in Ray Jr.'s story. There's about 88 today, with nothing but hope for what tomorrow may bring.
So are you going to take them home when you go home?
We are certainly wishing for the best for Ray Jr. Get well soon. Stay with us. We're back with a final check of the weather right after this.
Meeting you locally where you are online. Miss a story? See it again or watch us live on YouTube at WKBT News 8 Now.
Save the day for Spring Market in the Valley on Saturday, May 3rd. Browse items from dozens of local vendors and enjoy concessions from area food trucks while you shop. All right down Central Ave in Coon Valley. That's Spring Market in the Valley on Saturday, May 3rd in Coon Valley.
For residential, commercial, or high-speed doors, come to LaCrosse Glass and Overhead Doors. We carry a variety of CHI door styles designed to fit your vision. Get your free quote today.
News 8 Now and Dairyland Power Cooperative present the Community Calendar. For more information on these events, or if you'd like to submit an event, visit news8000.com.
We see you out there, building a life you love, knowing that when inspiration strikes, nothing should get in your way. At Blaine's, we're here to help with everything you need to make it happen at prices that make it possible. Like Livingston seed packets, 25% off MSRP. New portable raised garden beds, $24.99. Women's Alfred Dunner collections, half price. Plus, check out our assortment of live plants in our outdoor garden centers, now open. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, in original.
At
Pediatric Dentistry of Onalaska, we know children, which is why we strive to make every visit to the dentist a positive experience. We are honored to be named Best Pediatric Dentist in this year's Best of La Crosse County. Thank you to our amazing patients and families for your trust, your smiles, and your votes. We love making dental visits fun, comfortable, and full of bright, healthy smiles. Here's to another year of caring for our community's little ones.
For residential, commercial, or high-speed doors, come to La Crosse Glass and Overhead Doors. We carry a variety of CHI door styles designed to fit your vision. Get your free quote today.
Remembrance, recognition, honoring. Obituaries on news8000.com.
Save the day for Spring Market in the Valley on Saturday, May 3rd. Browse items from dozens of local vendors and enjoy concessions from area food trucks while you shop. All right down Central Ave in Coon Valley. That's Spring Market in the Valley on Saturday, May 3rd in Coon Valley.
Well, tomorrow is looking like a great day to spend outside, whether that's hiking or literally any other activity that you spend outside. I will say, though, the UV is actually going to be up to 7 by the afternoon, so you might have to put some sunscreen on. I haven't had to do that
Dig
in a
it
while.
out, right?
I mean, that whole week looks like a good hiking week.
Yeah,
it's going to be great.
Week.
Sunscreen and hiking. All right, thanks for joining us.